Alright, so I got a comment on one of my videos. Will you do Halloween costumes that just came out? One of the Holly weirdos dressed up like E.T. Looks like a piece of poo to me. Go look. Very interesting. That creature E.T. doesn't look like anything but poo. I said I didn't really have much time, but I'm making time for it now. Do you remember what it is they found in bacteria? Poop. That coined phrase, which I've reiterated time and time again. If you do, then you'll get why they used this particular candy with E.T. So that phrase that they like to use is bits and pieces, the bits and pieces of viral DNA. So here in this movie E.T. is giving Elliot candy, and that candy is called Reese's Pieces. So the only reason why they chose to use that particular candy, from my perspective, would be just because of that word pieces. It's Reese's Pieces, or it's bits and pieces. So in this scene here, here's E.T., the extraterrestrial, giving Elliot bits and pieces, or Reese's Pieces. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that commenter was talking about this character here. This is Heidi Klum. So this is Heidi Klum dressed up as E.T. And there is this picture here with Heidi Klum and a Butterfinger. So I'm not sure. I really don't think that the Butterfinger was ever in the movie E.T. So why then is the Butterfinger being associated with E.T.? Like, what's the correlation there? And the only reason that I can come up with is because of this finger here. So E.T.'s finger glows, and I guess I would say that's because it's expressing radioactivity. And E.T., again, like the commenter suggested, looks nothing like poo. I mean, what else could it be? So it's like radioactive poo. And that's why they're using this Butterfinger with E.T., because E.T.'s finger is radioactive, probably because of where it stuck its finger, which the candy bar seems to suggest would be, the Butterfinger. So I haven't really talked too much about the radioactive property of those bits and pieces, but it is presented. I think I may have spoken about it a little bit on my old channel, not so much on this channel. But so here's another androgyne dressed up as E.T. for Halloween. So this is Janelle Monáe. I've done multiple videos over this androgynous character here. So look in this photo that it uploaded to its Instagram page. Here's E.T. reading a Crossing Gender Boundaries book. So here's another image from Janelle Monáe's Instagram page. So I did upload those videos over like the oral Torah, and you know how that's being applied to like bacteria DNA. I mean, what other interpretation would this image here be symbolic of? Why would you put a book on top of someone's book? But I mean, to me, that's just more evidence to support my interpretation of, what's sort of being revealed to me. That, like, this here would be like DNA sequenced, and they're finding palindromic patterns in bacteria, and those palindromic patterns represent the bits and pieces. The bits and pieces of viral DNA, the bits and pieces of the ET DNA. And to me, that's what this image then is suggestive of. It's like the oral Torah. I mean, this stuff is just... Look, it's even doing the ET finger. I don't know. So it's... so here it is, this candy here. So that candy, again, that was associated with ET was Reese's Pieces. And I said that's just because, you know, the word pieces. It's symbolic of the bits and pieces. So again, it would be like the bits and pieces would be the, you know, the bits and pieces of viral DNA or the bits and pieces of ET DNA within the bacteria DNA. And those are Bigfoots. Those are referred to as Bigfoots. You know, it's big in what it represents, the discovery or the finding. And then they use foot is just there simply for the fact that a foot is like a footprint. That's what was associated with Bigfoot first, was footprints. So the Bigfoot, the footprint, essentially is what the bits and pieces are. They're like footprints or evidence of, you know, ET, extraterrestrial DNA in the bacteria DNA.